Welcome back to Friends with No Benefits. It's been a minute, um, and a lot has happened in the 2 or 3 weeks that we haven't had an episode released. But today is our 20th episode, and we were gonna do like a special episode and whatnot. But considering today was uh, might have been Nuclear Annihilation Day, everything else kind of pales in comparison. Um, Welcome back, Sydney. It's
Hello.
been a minute,
It's been a
and
minute.
welcome back, Desiree, as well.
Thank you.
And it's been you and me for the past.
Several weeks.
It's
Yeah.
been over a month, yeah.
Yeah.
Been like
Mhm.
over a month. But yeah,
Life's just been, kind of chaotic, especially over in the lab.
yeah,
Trying to keep pace with everything that's going on in research world.
yeah. Everything is, or where the gang's back together. It felt
Yes.
appropriate to have everyone back together for the 20th episode. Um, and considering what Trump just did, I wouldn't want to have us not all together to talk about what has been going on.
Oh, good Lord, my anxiety's been so high.
Yeah.
Mm.
As I'm sure everyone else's is.
Absolutely unnecessary.
I need to buy stock in Xanax.
Wow.
How you been, Desiree?
I've been pretty good. I've been pretty good. Just, I'm here, surviving. What about you?
Surviving, dad life. I'm just, I want as best a future as possible for the kids, and it
Mm.
just seems like they want to make this world into some sort of hellscape, but you know I thought I
Yeah.
might as well read this this so most everyone knows that yesterday, or was it yesterday that he put out that thing? It was yesterday, right? Or
It
was
was
it
yesterday or
Sunday?
was this morning?
It was yesterday or Sunday that he put out that tweet like about genocide and annihilation, total
Yeah.
annihilation.
Yeah.
Um, but he gave them a deadline of 8 o'clock
Tonight.
tonight, which that deadline is passed. But 15 minutes before that deadline came, he put out a tweet or Truth Social post saying, based on conversations with Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Field Marshal Asim Munir of Pakistan, and wherein they requested that I hold off the destructive force being sent tonight to Iran, and subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing to the complete, immediate, and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz, I agree to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. This will be a double sided ceasefire. The reason for doing so is that we have already met and exceeded all military objectives and are very far along with a definitive agreement concerning long term peace with Iran and peace in the Middle East. We received a 10-point proposal from Iran and believe it is a workable basis on which to negotiate. Almost all of the various points of the past contention have been agreed to between the United States and Iran, but a 2-week period will allow the agreement to be finalized and consummated. On behalf of the United States of America as president and also representing the blah 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 blah. Yeah. So at the beginning he says that Iran essentially gave in to everything that the United States asked for, but then immediately concedes that the United States gave into the 10-point plan that Iran put on the table from the jump. So they can never admit defeat. They can never admit that they've lost. They can't apologize, that's for sure. So the United States lost this stupid fucking war
Hmm.
that it started out of nowhere.
Yeah, yeah. Just propaganda. Oh, we're doing this, we're doing that, and yeah, the whole, we were in negotiations and talks and whatnot. I mean, it's just the same old shit over and over again with the United States,
Same old, same old.
honestly.
And then the that operation to rescue the pilot, all of the information that came out after the fact showing,
Yeah.
oh well, they escaped, and then they somehow trekked 100 miles in a single day and scaled mountains, then activated their tracking beacon.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what they did.
That's some bullshit.
Critically injured, and then trekked 100 miles in a single day and
Hmm.
climbed a mountain. Yes.
It's some horse shit. It also becomes abundantly clear when you realize the types of planes they sent that they were trying to basically steal some of the resources that they had. I think it was like their
It was
enriched
two,
uranium or
yeah,
something.
yeah. It was like two
Two
C-130s.
C-130s. Yeah.
You're,
That's a
you're
rescue
doing
mission?
a rescue mission with two C-130s, which probably have. I mean, they can hold over 100 troops in those things. So, what?
I just,
So every time, what I've been waiting for is confirmation of what happened in a Lego video from Iran.
It's so
mm,
weird to be in a position where Iran's psyop propaganda is more believable than anything the US government is saying. You know what I mean? Because, like, at the end of the day, like, not to say that Iran isn't, it is wrong in any way here because they're the ones who were attacked, preemptively.
Hmm.
But, like, they are using psychological operations and propaganda to communicate to the American people.
Right.
And it should concern you that that's more believable than anything that comes out of our government.
Yeah, it should.
Like the fact that I can look at a Lego video and go, that's probably more accurate than anything anyone in our government says, Democrat or Republican, like it genuinely pisses me off.
Yeah. It's like they haven't yet given me a reason to
Yeah.
not believe them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. Our government I mean, we have journalists who are getting chastised for releasing like publicly available information,
Yeah.
hmm.
being
Yeah.
accused by the White House of being biased or wanting President Trump to fail because they're releasing information like that should be available to the public. That doesn't instill confidence in me when you are getting mad at people whose job it is to report these things
Mm-hmm.
for
Hmm.
doing their job.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, I don't know. Where do we go from here? Is my thing. We're in it, but
I mean, this is
it's
the
like
whole
I
thing
don't
with
have much to even. It's like I don't know. We don't. I feel like I don't have much to contribute these days. As far as it's just the same old shit.
it,
Hmm.
and that's the thing. Like, it's a tired playbook from a narcissist. This is what narcissists do. This is what like toxic exes do, right?
Yeah.
Like they pull all this drama, all this shit, raise your stress levels, and then just backtrack and act like nothing happened.
Yeah. With
Like,
no
and then
apology.
expect with no apology, no accountability, and expect that everything's gonna go back to normal.
Yeah.
You know? And that's what I think is so exhausting is it's like I fully expect that people who are still loyal to Trump and even the quote unquote liberal opposition party is just going to go back to things as normal, when this should be a moment that is going to say, oh no, we're going to change some shit. You know, Trump has to get the fuck out, essentially.
Oh, you
I just
have,
can't believe he got in. That's the
yeah,
Oh,
thing.
he
We
shouldn't have
could have
gotten in the
fucking
first place.
prevented this shit.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And then here we are. I don't know. It's like, it's just so frustrating, I think. I don't know. And that's why I feel like lately I just have nothing more to contribute because this is what people wanted, essentially. This is,
Oh, you have the big Trump cronies like who's the other guy? Not Rush Limbaugh. He's dead. Who's the other
hmm
one?
There was Megyn
Alex
Kelly,
is his no.
Alex Jones,
No, is it Alex
Joe
Jones?
Rogan.
Is it Alex Jones, the radio guy?
There's Alex
Yeah, I
Jones and
think
Joe
it's
Rogan.
Alex Jones. Alex Jones is called like people like Alex Jones calling for the 25th Amendment. People who have
yeah, yeah,
been
yeah.
die-hard, hardcore
hmm
Trumpies from the jump, the most racist KKK people you could possibly think of now calling for the 25th Amendment. What do you mean? You're the one who asked for this. You
Mm-hmm.
wanted every bit of this. What changed now that you're asking for the 25th Amendment? You called people crazy when they said that we should invoke the 25th Amendment. And now all of a sudden you're backtracking?
Yeah.
It's everybody's trying to save face now.
It's almost
Trying
like
to
we told you so. Like it's almost like
Yeah.
we could have prevented this shit. I'm sorry. Everybody has to take fucking accountability here. I'm no longer going to pretend. Like even the ones
Nobody
who
can.
didn't quote unquote fucking vote. Like you essentially did vote. You did. You did.
Yeah.
There are children dying right now. Women's, autonomy is getting taken away, their rights. It just amazes me how we could have prevented this shit from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Now all it does is just produce more content for people, just more things for people to talk about. When at the end of the day, you could have did it right the first time. We let an unqualified man into office. What? I, hmm, it's just frustrating. I don't know. I don't know, but hey, this is what we have to deal with now.
It's almost like you're looking at your friend in real time and you're trying to tell him, like, hey, that man you're with is toxic as fuck and he's changing you for the worse,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
And then as they continue to be in that relationship, despite everything you've told them, they continue to become worse and more toxic themselves.
Yep.
yeah. Because American citizens love this stuff.
And it's like
We just
you
don't want to
just
admit it.
said, it's producing content. You
That's
know,
all it is at this point. There's no solutions. Nobody was
no.
strategic with the way that they were going about this whole thing. So, what
You see
more?
major influencers talk shit about, the administration, but don't put any action behind it.
Or they will go on. Now you have big name influencers, liberal influencers like Dean, Jolly, Masterson, going on to programs with fascists, like going on to
Mm-hmm.
the Daily Wire. Dean talking to that Emily Saves America girl when he's talked to her multiple times. There is no reasoning with this Emily girl. She's
hmm
literally hard set on being a grifting racist piece of shit. And Dean, time and time again, goes to have conversations with her because she's a meal ticket. She gets views
Mm-hmm.
when he
hmm
sits there and has conversations with her. Jolly and
Yeah,
Masterson doing the same thing, going on the Daily Wire. Well, no, they need to get their message out. What are you talking about?
The people who are watching that show don't want their message.
Yeah, the people who are watching the Daily Wire don't want that message, and you have large enough platforms as is to get that message out. So you going on the Daily Wire, having a drink with them, having a little key, you're just validating fascism.
yeah, yeah.
It's it's when people who are, quote unquote liberal contribute to moving the Overton window. Because that's all it is. People have said time and time again, like, you can't go on these shows and legitimize them because the people who are watching it don't care to hear the message. And then when you do go on the show and then basically quote unquote troll them, the people who may have been on the fence, I put that in quotes, you're basically just pushing them into further into fascist camp
Yep.
because you're making fun of things that they believe.
It's great because everything that Malcolm X said is true.
Yeah.
Everything that he said about the liberal is true. And that man does not get enough respect.
No, but intentionally.
Mm-mm.
Liberal, well, I do mean liberal, but, American propaganda made sure of that.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I
Sure did.
mean, you ever asked yourself why, when Martin Luther King was assassinated, why there weren't a bunch of like riots? Why, like that man was actually trying to make a change, you
Mhm.
know? And in the end, he realized what Malcolm had been saying all along. I fear that I have led my people into a burning building. The minute he said that, all of a sudden, I'm just surprised that the reaction was just, oh, we mourn him and then we move on.
Yeah.
There should have been, like, we allowed the government to take him out. We allowed that. Like, we're allowing so many other things today. So I have to ask myself, like, how serious are we? And a lot of us aren't serious enough here.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
we
No
literally.
kings prove that.
Yeah, no Kings proves that. I mean, if anything, you know, the you know, the alphabet organizations have a deep chokehold on the pressure relief systems
Mhm.
through things like No Kings and the Super Bowl, things of that nature, to allow these kind of performative protesting
Mhm.
without any actual um, revolutionary change.
Yeah, we did something. We can go back to work on Monday.
Yeah. We had the Super Bowl and look how it was in Spanish.
It was in Spanish. No,
Hmm.
you don't understand. The Super Bowl was in Spanish. So we are progressing as a country as we actively target people for speaking Spanish.
Hmm.
Oh, ICE
Yeah.
killed another person, I think it was. Another and then they said that he was a gang member from Venezuela. That was their excuse.
Yeah, some shit.
They just made that up. They said he was part of the 18th Street gang from
Whatever.
Venezuela, and this man they tried to corral his car, slamming it with their vehicles, and then one of the ICE agents positioned himself to the side, and he tried to make a run for it from with his car, tried to dip out, and the ICE agent that was to the side was ready and shot him through the driver's side window. He wasn't in front of the car. Shot through the driver's side window. Again,
Wow.
they it's that's their thing now. They wait for you to be scared enough to try and drive off, and
Hmm.
then they shoot you through your driver's side window when they're not in danger.
Yeah. That's, oh,
But we aren't acknowledging, or this country is not acknowledging that uh, we're beyond the pale. ICE is now a permanent staple at airports. You have um, the murders that they commit. It's just going to continue to rise.
They're going to
Um,
continue to rise, and then when they ended up getting ousted, they'll just be quietly moved around,
oh yeah,
you know?
oh yeah. There won't be any real prosecution. It'll be just like there may be one or two like major, or not major, but like high profile sort of things that happen.
Which,
hmm.
again, are just pressure relief valves.
And then it'll be everyone else will kind of just quietly slip into the cracks, and
Yeah.
you know, just like they did with Nuremberg.
Mm-hmm.
There are a
Yeah.
few high profiles here and there, and then everyone else gets sifted into different work paths. NASA,
Yeah.
uh,
Hmm.
you know,
Yeah. I
that's
think we
what
need to
that's.
acknowledge the fact that we all take comfort in white supremacy, whether we're against it or not. I think it's a comfortable thing because this is what we were born into. And I find that a lot of people from these movements, that may mean well, they cling on to white supremacy in some form or fashion, whether if it's consciously or subconsciously, they do. I think it's time that we admit that to ourselves because we could have been ahead of the game here.
Mm-hmm.
But it shows in our actions, and it shows in our choices. It shows in who we choose to elect, who we don't choose to elect. It literally shows. Um, yeah, it's time to admit that. It's time to acknowledge it because I think everyone's just so concentrated on being right.
Yeah.
Everyone's so concentrated on pointing the finger at
Mm-hmm.
others instead of themselves as well because they do contribute. Um, yeah,
It's hard to
it's
say
time to acknowledge that.
everyone wants to point a finger, like you're saying. It's hard to say that every single one of us here in the United States is in some way, comfortable with white supremacy, you
Hmm.
know?
Hmm.
Because white supremacy at its core is about convenience,
Yep.
you know? Slavery was about, convenience for slave owners and then getting cheap labor
Hmm.
and maximum profit.
Yep.
It always boils down to capitalism and white supremacy going hand in hand. And
Hmm.
the best way that you can, ensure that is by making everyone's lives as convenient as possible.
Yeah. And no one's ready to. We say it over and over again. Nobody's ready for revolution because I don't know what I said last, but
We were talking
You
about
said
no,
no
no,
one's
no.
ready for a revolution.
Oh yeah, I was saying that this country's not ready for a revolution, and that's it's all about what revolution is about inconvenience.
Mhm.
Everyone is inconvenienced, and it's why you have marginalized communities. Many people within those marginalized communities who are fully ready for revolution because they know what it feels like to be inconvenienced on a daily basis. People who have never had to deal with that sort of inconvenience are the ones
Mhm.
fighting tooth and nail against it, consciously or subconsciously. It's,
Thinking that going to a no kings parade is doing something.
yeah, it's going to require a complete dismantling of the entire system. It's going to cause hardship before any change can come about, and nobody's ready for that.
No, they're
No.
handing out party invitations, basically. Like,
Mhm.
here, come to this huge parade that we're having. We're planning it a month ahead. Here's
With a
the
photo
place and
contest.
the time. Yeah, exactly. Bring
Make sure
costumes
you
and
tag your buddies.
right. Like,
We're not
come
taking it
on.
seriously.
No,
I
you're
mean, we
supposed to
literally live
disrupt
in a
everything.
surveillance state, but you're going to have a photo contest. You're going to post updates from the No Kings protest, take photos and videos of everyone.
Your whole location.
You're not even serious.
No, they're not. They're
They
not.
think it's a joke. They really do be thinking that it's a joke. And people are being unalived or surveyed, just given away
Hmm.
wonderfully pertinent information for no
Hmm.
reason.
Right. And then asking, they got the nerve to ask why we're not out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There was one white lady who gave a really good answer on that when some conservative agitator came with a microphone and asked her like, "Where are the black people out here?" And she
I
said
saw that
that
one.
we're
Yeah,
yeah, that one was pretty good. She's
that was.
we're out here on the streets because they can't be. They would be killed, and that was the only
Worth
thing
it
that
answer.
only thing that made any sense to me the entire time.
Hmm.
The fact that
Right.
No Kings was created and organized by Zionists
Yeah.
should be a red flag. The fact
Well,
that
I
you
didn't know that.
had yeah, the organizers of No Kings are two Zionists. And that's why they're number one in their little bylaws for the No Kings protest. We don't condone civil disobedience. We don't condone
Yeah,
it.
okay.
We don't
Oh,
co-sign it.
Yeah.
And then they don't want anyone focused on it. Like you don't bring a Palestinian flag. You're not supposed to
also
bring
any
those to
one
the No Kings.
particular issue.
Yeah, we don't want to focus on one particular cause or anything like that.
Hmm.
And then you had Palestinian protesters or protesters for Palestine. Several of them tried to, they had these little almost like press conferences during the No Kings protests, different ones, right? Several times you had protesters trying to come and speak about Palestine, and they literally got escorted away by police.
Ooh,
Yeah,
jeez.
that sends this very strong message about where you stand. No kings, but you
Yeah.
know, is the what's happening to the people of Gaza? No, that's okay.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
I am. It really does feel like a broken record.
Because it is. There were so many times when Trump first came out 10 fucking years ago that should have been the end.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
He made fun of a disabled reporter. I
Well,
could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue, grab him by the pussy. Like, there were so many things, and he just kept getting progressively worse.
I would argue even before he started trying to run for office,
Mm-hmm.
back in the 80s, 90s, when he was trying to get the Central Park Five lynched.
Yeah.
That man has been
He's been
he's
evil.
Trump is not racist. The man made it his mission to get 5 innocent black kids murdered.
Yeah. He was actively excluding black people from renting in his buildings.
Yeah. It should have,
Yeah.
like, I don't that's another thing that bugs me about this country. Racism is not a big deal.
It's not punished.
They really don't. Pedophilia and racism are not a big deal.
Nope.
They are not a big deal.
Yeah.
People will say, you know, I don't like pedophiles, but we ain't we ain't killing them.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
we're
We're not
literally
giving them nearly enough jail time as it is.
no.
Jail time should be the minimum, but that's not even happening.
No. Did you see
Nope.
The
the
pastor?
school the school board?
Oh,
You see the
no.
school there was a school board meeting a couple days ago where they
Mhm.
had a student. I think she was either a junior or a senior, right? One of the school board members. I don't know what she was there for, but this grown ass in his 40s or 50s man looks over at this child and says, "You're so hot." And everyone else
Oh,
at everyone else at the table they're chuckling or not saying anything.
It should have been square up right there.
It should have been. But now the district is investigating. When it's on video of this man during a school board meeting telling this child, "You're hot."
Somebody on that
wow.
table should have gotten up and said, "Square up."
I
He
cannot.
should at the very least, he should have
Mm-mm.
been let go right then and there.
Yeah.
Should have been out
Mm-mm.
the door. But no, now we're doing an internal
We
investigation.
have to do internal
I can't.
reviews, internal investigations.
You can fire people on the spot for disagreeing with Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But
Disagreeing with Charlie Kirk.
you got people doing straight up pedophilia,
Yep.
and well, you don't the context we don't.
The
They
context,
put
my
them on
ass.
paid administrative leave, and nobody hears a thing. This is ridiculous, but on brand for America,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
unfortunately.
so confused as to I know why it's happening, but at the same time, I just don't comprehend why both
How?
how both those things are not,
Because
bigger issues.
you would think, and this is the other thing that's going to be uncomfortable for people to admit, you would think that there would be a massive, oh no,
Oh,
oh no,
oh,
oh no.
I don't know what happened.
What?
We have to wait a second because I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Listen, as soon as I come back on, of course, there's going to be technical difficulties.
That's the best part, though.
I know. Have you been having technical difficulties before?
Have I been having technical?
Yeah,
No,
I don't know.
not at all.
I don't know what happened.
Sorry, it's on my phone.
Sydney came back, so we're bound to have technical difficulties.
I
Apparently,
know. Listen,
Oh, I was
it,
like,
it's the white energy.
oh wow. It's like, oh my
But
goodness.
yeah, no, that I mean, I was blown away when I saw that video because
Hmm.
clear as day, inappropriate. Like I think if I'm remembering correctly, he put his arm around her and everything, and in no way, shape, or form is it appropriate to be saying you're hot to a child, but in
Shouldn't even
that
be touching
in
them.
that context,
Exactly.
all of that, oh yeah, no, he should have been tarred and feathered immediately.
Yeah. It's
Absolutely.
what I was trying to say before all this energy corrupted the podcast. Um, um, Another thing that we have to get, we have to admit that is very uncomfortable to admit is that white supremacy and pedophilia go hand in hand.
Oh yeah,
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Like they are absolutely intertwined because at its core, white supremacy is about power and dominance.
Hmm.
And the easiest targets to power and dominate are the ones who are young.
yeah.
Yeah.
You part of that pedophilia,
Mm-hmm.
that grooming, is also how they are going after education now,
Yes.
targeting education. PragerU,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Turning Point USA chapters at every high school.
Yes.
That's part of that pedophilia.
Mm-hmm.
Got to groom the younger generations to believe that not only
It's also
the grooming of their
yeah.
minds, but
Hmm.
the grooming of their bodies physically, everything is
Mm-hmm.
okay. All of that,
It's all
it's just
okay.
normal.
But
It's
then you also have to make sure that they're shamed and you teach them through purity culture that you are
Yep.
inherently sinful. Your
yep,
body is inherently lustful
yep,
to
Hmm.
men, especially girls. Like you tell them, like from the jump, like no, no, no. Men are attracted to you, even though they're literal children.
yeah.
Yeah. It's disgusting. We're teaching girls not to pursue higher education, you
Mm-hmm.
know, to prioritize becoming someone's wife.
Yeah,
It
and
should
having
have never
children over
gotten to this
yourself.
point. Yeah. Yep.
That falls in line with a statistic that I learned this week. Propaganda that they've put out about Iran would have you believe that women are nothing but subservient. They're basically, relegated to the kitchen. They can't show their faces. Do you know the percentage of women, or sorry, not Iran has the some of the top scientific schools in the world. Like their
Hmm.
graduates are quite literally sought after throughout the
Everywhere.
world. Do you know the percentage of women
Mm-hmm.
that are like the gender uh, graduates from those schools? Just take a guess. What's the percentage of the graduates that are women? Take a guess.
Mm. Would 80 be too high? Too low?
No, it's 70%.
Yeah.
Oh,
70% of their graduates are women.
I believe it. I believe it.
And what the United States is out here trying to teach us or trying to tell us that they're just out here in the streets murdering willy nilly
Yeah.
while simultaneously threatening to genocide the entire country.
Hmm.
Another good chunk of those, like a good 70% of those women are STEM graduates.
Yeah.
STEM,
I believe it.
the thing we keep saying that women need to get into.
Hmm.
Iran is already ahead of the curve. Not only that, Iran has I want to say like 97% literacy rate.
Yeah. Higher than the United States.
I was
Much
just
higher.
about to say that. Much
Much
higher.
higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every accusation is a confession.
Hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I do like that this is for people who are wanting to learn, this is opening their eyes uh to a whole new world essentially.
Yeah.
It's allowing them to learn things about other countries because the United States, part of the United States, the fallacy of the American dream is
Mm-hmm.
forgetting about other countries. It doesn't matter what happens in other countries. It doesn't matter. You don't need to know their customs. You don't need to know their people. You don't need to know anything, the ins and outs
Yeah.
of other countries. So this is giving people the opportunity to learn new things about other
Yeah.
countries, especially those countries within West Asia that we have been
Mm-hmm.
demonizing for decades. I like that there is a better opportunity for education in this moment.
Yeah.
I do not like that it's at the expense of West Asian lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just, and that's also another thing. It's allowing people to understand that the term Middle East is incredibly derogatory.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
When you have, it's already weird that Europe and Asia share the same fucking continent.
Yeah.
It's the same landmass. So why do the
Why
white
are they two
people,
different
why is it two
continents?
different continents? It's the same fucking continent. So that's already weird. But then
Hmm.
you single out the Middle East in
Give it this
correlation to
entirely new
yeah,
connotation.
in reference to what, the United States or Britain? I think it was Britain.
It's in reference
It's
to
Mm-hmm.
in
Britain,
reference to Britain
I want to
Yeah.
say.
as the center of the world. Get fucked.
Yeah.
Hmm. Purposeful.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
It just
I've
feels
been tired.
we'll keep saying it until we're blue in the face. It really does feel like the it's just a cycle of abuse that repeats over and over and over
It
again.
continues to repeat itself over and over and over again. And I
Hmm.
mean, I feel like we are seeing some things turn, you know, because this administration is actively making people's lives less convenient, you know,
Yeah.
because it's the death rattle of capitalism. Things are starting to become more inconvenient. And
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's going to take things continuing to get to be less convenient before there's any action taken.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of people have been saying Iran should continue to do what it's going to do.
Yeah. And I know they will. I know Iran's basically been minding their business the whole time, and they're significantly smarter than this
Yeah.
government. So I don't expect Iran to trust what, I don't even trust what the Trump administration is doing and saying.
Oh yeah.
So there are they Trump set them up to make money. They're making money off the Strait of Hormuz, and they're just going to keep minding their business, and that's going to infuriate Trump and his cronies, and then they're going to break the ceasefire or do something stupid.
Yeah.
We already
Hmm.
know that's how white people continue to do. They'll say, "No, no, no, truce, truce, truce. We're good, we're good." But then when your back is turned, then they grab a bat
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
and go to swing. So I know Iran's ready for it.
Oh, they are.
Well, they've been waiting. They've been
Yeah,
waiting. They've had time. They've had patience.
Decades. They've been
Decades.
waiting decades.
Hmm.
They knew this was coming.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I mean, you know, it's sucks to see it.
Hmm.
You know, I've been having to, you know, unpack a lot of this as, you know, somebody whose family was in the military who lost her dad in Afghanistan.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Mm-mm.
just unpacking, you know, my own complicity in this was really
night.
lead poisoning. Damn. But you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it feels like blasphemy to be looking at it on and being like, you know what, keep doing what you're doing.
Right. I grew up in a military family.
Yeah, it feels so
Yeah.
So
weird.
my dad was military. My mom was military.
Yeah.
So it feels like a contradiction to what we grew up in.
Yeah.
We grew up in military propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
We grew
Mhm.
up believing that the United States was infallible. I remember we lived on base. We
Yep.
had little, you know, the school. We literally had school on. They had elementary schools, high schools, and
Hmm.
everything on base. We would
Hmm.
have like for the special occasions, like for the birthday of the military and things like that. They would get the students from the schools and do little uh, ceremonies and choir things. I remember going to we lived on Warner Robins Air Force Base. The
Mm.
elementary school had uh, a big choir thing. They taught us all these like military
The little military
songs,
songs, yeah.
and we went to on Warner Robins Air Force Base. They have this massive Air Force um, museum, aircraft museum, and
Hmm.
their little rotunda thing. We had a big thing. All the parents came out and everything, and we did sung all these songs,
Hmm.
like from the halls of Montezuma and shit. The Air
Yeah.
Force theme song and things like that. I remember that. We
Yeah. We used
grew
to have a
up.
petting zoo at ours. They brought goats and
Man, you
stuff.
had a petting zoo?
Damn.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, to celebrate whatever the heck we were celebrating. I was like 3, but I do remember. Yeah.
It kind
And the
of
goat
weirds
was
me
like
out to
eating my
think
sister's
about it
hair.
now.
It was hilarious.
Because it's mixed with
Um,
like the nostalgia of your childhood.
It's that, and
mhm.
it's so weird in that you basically, I don't know how true that is today, if, you know, bases are still like this, but
I mean, they have to
especially
keep
during the,
indoctrinating the next generation.
I'm saying that, like the United States has slowly but surely defunded a lot of shit. So
Yeah.
I don't know if bases are still the same way that they were in the 80s and 90s, because it was literally it was a whole world on base,
Yeah.
Yeah.
separate from everything else.
Mhm.
You're literally you have bowling alleys, you have pizzerias, you have
Hmm.
grocery stores, you literally an entire world on a
Yeah.
base.
As
To
someone
some
who's worked
extent,
on
You don't
base
even
a
have to
few
leave.
years ago, it's still the same.
yeah, it
It's
is.
still
I
the,
mean,
yeah.
the military is socialist. I remember when
Hmm.
I went to is it Dover? Yeah. To receive
Oh,
my dad. Yeah, everything was there. You
yeah.
didn't have to go anywhere.
It still kind
Mm-mm.
of weirds me out to think about it, because so Edwards Air Force Base in California where we lived was it was massive. And then they segregate the housing based on your rank.
Yeah, be a
So the
rank.
officers had really nice houses and they had
Yeah.
these really
Hmm.
nice neighborhoods. And then the enlisted have their neighborhoods and non-commissioned officers. I mean like it was so
To
weird.
encourage that idea of meritocracy to work your way up. So then
Yeah,
you
yeah.
stay there.
But like thinking back on like growing up in it, it just felt normal. But now looking back on it, it's so
Because now you can
It's its own
see
ugh,
through
thing.
what it is.
ooh, it's so gross.
Yeah.
It's
It was like
weird.
a Wayward Pines, if you've ever seen that show.
Yeah.
Hmm.
No, that's the
Yeah.
feeling. That's the feeling. It
Hmm.
feels like that separate world where weird shit is happening, but you don't really know, and then something like
They
kind of
try to make it normal and cover it
flips
up
that
and everything's
switch, yeah, to
Yeah.
let you know that
yeah.
shit is
A
weird.
very small
Hmm.
little detail that suddenly breaks the spell.
Yeah, it feels like military bases feel like fucking dairy.
Dairy.
Yeah,
Dairy,
I could
the
see that.
world of
Or
it.
the other world from
Yeah,
Coraline.
yeah. It just, oh God. And the way that I didn't even realize how bizarre it was
Mm.
until like it literally I didn't get it until after I got out of the military and out of college.
You weren't meant to.
The fact that it took that long is crazy.
Again, you weren't meant to. You weren't ever meant to, you know, realize it. You know what I mean?
What did you do?
Listen, I'm sorry.
I don't
It's on my
know. What is this?
Desiree keeps hitting buttons.
No, I'm not. I just moved my laptop. Oh my God.
I swear.
I'll come
It's
back. You
something
continue.
I, I'm just gonna blame it on my ancestors. No!
Oh
Listen,
no.
you just have to you're just gonna have to keep all this in.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, is she there?
Okay,
She lives!
I'm here. Yeah.
All right, don't touch it.
I'm not, it's just my laptop.
You
It-
touched it. Don't touch it.
Don't touch the button.
I'm not touching a button. Oh no.
Oh my
Okay.
god. I'm telling you, I'm just gonna blame my ancestors for it.
Yeah.
We
Oh
started
man.
talking bad about the military and having come from an entire military legacy.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Did you see that video I posted today about there was this white woman that essentially said that I don't understand why black people are trying
Oh
to
yeah.
you know,
Black
be divisive. White women were never
she
would
basically said
never.
I don't think white women had a hand in slavery or anything like that.
Yeah, white
Yeah.
women didn't have a hand in slavery. We're nurturing and caring. And
Nurturing.
yeah, my response to it was just one of many examples. Delphine Lalaurie from New Orleans.
You
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
you can't walk anywhere near the street that happened on without feeling the bad vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
You
literally had
can't.
people from New Orleans talking about I walk past that
Uh
every day to get to work, and
it's
it's fucking dark.
Heavy for
Like
yeah.
sure. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. But how could you anyway?
absolutely.
I
Yeah.
can't, I was
No.
about to say how
Mm-mm.
could you say that, but I mean, come on. I'm so
They
done.
live in their own world. It's this
I'm so
that now I'm making the connection.
Yeah.
The way that white people live in their own little world that exists within the confines of the real world, military bases.
Yeah.
hmm
We white people have their own like internal propaganda systems.
So like the way that we could process things differently while living on base, even though we're in the
hmm
same fucking world. White people.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
basically like mental segregation is what I would call it,
Uh-huh.
you know? Because you are taught that you are again, being white coming from white family, you are taught that you are different and that different is better
Yeah.
in some way, you know? So it's very much like there's a lot of propaganda that goes on just within these nuclear white families. Meanwhile, they're dysfunctional as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me how I know.
Dysfunctional as fuck.
It's bad. And it takes a
Mm-mm-mm.
lifetime of unpacking that. Like, I'm not done unpacking it. There are times where it's like I get hit with something, I'm like, oh, wait, that's actually bad.
Mhm.
And it
Yeah.
sucks to have to go through that all the time. But it
Yeah.
sucks more to realize that that's what I went through, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. And it sucks more for the people who are affected by that sort of teaching and ideology and
Hmm.
indoctrination, you know. So if you keep that in mind, you'll always want to
Yeah,
learn. You'll never want to stop.
no, it doesn't.
hmm
Can always
Because
be better.
we can always be better, and we are literally suffering in real time the consequences of years of all this, you know?
hmm
The literacy rate,
Hmm.
no child left behind program.
That one
This
was
it's all
particularly
it's all
evil.
it's all coming to a head.
Yeah.
It's a culmination of decades
hmm
going all the way back to fucking Reagan. This is all coming to
Oh,
a
everything is
head.
Reagan's fault.
This is crazy to see.
It is not an exaggeration when you look at the state of everything in the world to go, Reagan was, I want to say Reagan was probably the beginning of the end.
Man
Yeah.
was a demon.
He really was. He was the
Yeah.
very first version of Trump. And walked so Trump could stumble.
Yeah.
Trump can't run, but he's stumbling. He's stumbling real well.
I said it today on one of my videos that, and then this is in no way a way to remove any sort of culpability from Trump, but we know that man is suffering from dementia, and they're utilizing that.
Yes.
They're using Trump as a scapegoat. Those people he has behind him whispering in his ear, they're using him as a scapegoat. He's evil. There's no doubt about the fact that he's evil and truly is a horrible person who deserves nothing but torment
Right.
and, you know, a miserable end. But he has all of these able-bodied, mentally fit people in his corner whispering in his ear, using his mental disabilities as a cudgel.
Yeah.
There's an older video, and I'm trying to remember what the video was. I think it was Grover Norquist who said this. But basically, he's on video, this Republican saying, we just need someone who's capable of signing a pen.
Yep.
You know, holding a pen and signing it. That's all we need. They didn't care about anything else. Basically, like, we'll do the rest. We just want someone to sign whatever we put in front of them.
And that's
And that's
exactly
what they've
what's
got.
What he's
happening.
been doing. Yeah.
He loves making jokes about auto pen and Biden, and he just signed, and it's every accusation is a confession.
Yeah.
Every accusation is a confession. Everything out that man's mouth that he says about somebody else is about him.
I'm just tired.
Me too.
I get that.
I
That's
want
it.
to. I want a vacation from this world. Can I go join the Artemis crew?
The ultimate escapism.
Did you see what they did to
Right.
him? What they did to Trump?
What?
No. What did
You
he
didn't
do?
see it? So Trump called up the Artemis
Oh
to
God.
try and talk to them, right? Did his little ranty rant thing, trying to do his little rant, and then he stopped talking, expecting them to respond to him. They literally had a mic that they were using, right? They're in zero G. They're playing with the mic, twiddling it in space, saying nothing.
That's hilarious.
They stood there for a good several minutes in silence. And then one of the astronauts gets on and says, hey, just confirming that, if y'all are still on the line. Trump is still on the fucking line, silent, waiting for them to talk. And he says, yep, I'm still here. Take the mic, and they just twirl it in space and go back to being silent again. They didn't say a word to him. It was so the best silent protest I've ever seen.
Because we're in space. What are you going to do?
Yeah. Oh, it was the greatest silent protest I've ever seen. Trump was literally sitting there in silence for minutes waiting for them to respond to him. They didn't say a word.
That's amazing.
Idiot.
Literally, hey, just confirming you're still on the line. Are you okay?
Mm. It was great. It was great. And it was funny
Wow.
because there were several people that were making a fuss about the black astronaut because his social media and stuff is very like neutral. It's very like you can't tell what his political affiliation is, right? He
Hmm.
was and you had some people talking about, you should be able to tell. We should know where he stands, and then the entire crew just refused to speak to Trump. So I think he kind of gave you the answer.
I think that gives you the answer.
God.
Also, of course, the black man had to maintain the most neutral, like,
Yeah,
stance
especially
possible
yeah,
on his socials because otherwise he wasn't going to be up there.
yeah, oh yeah, and it made it even funnier.
Sound keeps going out. What is happening?
I'm
Yeah.
not using Motive app anymore. I hate this thing. I absolutely hate this app.
I'm telling you,
I have
y'all
to
haven't
find
had
something.
issues.
I gotta
Well,
find something out.
but
I
y'all
gotta.
haven't
I know.
had
I gotta. I
any.
literally have to get an actual physical mixer board because this
Yeah,
digital mixer is ass. I can't do this anymore.
Listen,
I feel you.
I'm sorry.
What was that? What was that I was saying? I was something about astronauts.
The
Oh,
Artemis crew.
yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is revealing. This is revealing our educational system in real time. It's bad. Not the
Mhm.
flat earthers were already a thing. That was already bad. People are losing their minds over this Artemis mission, saying that it's fake. Did you see the rocket? It broke up when they were trying to take off. They didn't know
You-
that rockets section apart.
Oh my God.
They didn't know that. They,
Oh,
they're saying the dumbest shit. It's making my head hurt.
This is another down. This is another thing about convenience culture, the downfall of critical thinking.
It's why this Chat GPT
absolutely.
stuff makes me so angry. And they're doing it on purpose. Like Sam Altman and them are doing this on purpose.
Yes.
Chat GPT literally lies to you
Hmm.
because it's supposed to confirm your bias. It's supposed to make you feel better about yourself.
It's supposed to keep you engaged with it. That is the entire point of these language learning models.
Yeah.
These large language learning models. Like it is meant to keep you engaged with the app. It's the point of even social media apps. It's meant to keep you engaged. That's the entire purpose
Did you
of
see
these things.
the video of the guy asking Chat GPT to time him running?
Oh no.
So he this it's this white guy who does this. It's like it's his entire platform. He just messes with Chat GPT to see
Hmm.
what it will do, right? Not only there's two separate instances that are really like insane to me. Number one, Chat GPT refuses to acknowledge that there are three R's in strawberry. Literally refuses to acknowledge it. You can show it a word. You can show it strawberry with three R's, and it will spell strawberry out and say the three R's. But then when you ask it how, okay, so you just spelled it. How many R's are in strawberry? It will say two. It will gaslight you
You
and tell you
mean
that you're
to
getting
tell
riled
me
up.
that
Mm.
ChatGPT is capable of rage baiting?
No, it's dead serious. That's the crazy part. It's dead serious and thinks that there's two R's in strawberry. And then on top of that, so that this other video the dude did, right? He asked it to time him running. He goes, time him running a mile. He just ran off screen and then came back and said, "I'm back." And he says, how was my time? What was my time? Oh man, you were pretty quick, Chat GBT says. No, no, no. Chat, I want you to tell me my exact time. All right. So your time comes in at 10 minutes and something seconds. Mind you, 2 seconds. Chat GPT lied. It literally just made a number off the top of its head and lied. And then Sam Altman saw that video. And he's just going to say, "Oh, this is a known issue." It lied. Why is
Right.
AI lying? Why is it lying straight to your face? That's the scary part. It is
Right.
lying to your face. 2 seconds. He was gone for 2 seconds and came back. It should have said, you know, that it's
Didn't you
probably
just come
yeah.
back?
Didn't you just come back? It seems physically impossible for you to be done with a mile. No, it just
Yeah.
made up 10 minutes and something off the top of its head, and it gaslit the dude. Got
Hmm.
mad at him because he wasn't accepting the answer. That's the crazy part to me.
Mind
These
control at this point.
language learning models are literally lying to people, and then on top of that, they've already done um, these tests with these AI models multiple times, and
Mhm.
and come to find out they're sociopathic. They will do anything to stay alive if given the option between being shut down and unaliving a human. In these simulations, they have done it
Yeah.
over and over again. They have killed people in simulation to stay alive.
Because that's the thing, like, if we're talking true AI, sentient artificial life, you're telling it, would you rather die or kill someone to survive?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You can't create life.
You want an AI to act human, and it's going to act
It's
human.
going to act human. Like, you can't create life and then just be like, well, fuck it, I'm going to abandon this.
Yeah. We saw how that happened with pigeons.
Yeah.
Pigeons.
What? The pigeons are literally messed up because we decided that we were going to domesticate them, and then we just left them to fend for themselves.
That also is a valid argument for so many dog breeds.
Yeah. That's why pigeons, like every time people talk shit about pigeons, they're rats with wings, and look at these.
We did it to them.
Look at the nests that they make. They don't know how to make nests.
No, they
We
don't.
did this to them.
They're literally domesticated animals who don't know how to fend for themselves. That's why they're rats with wings. They expected humans to take care of them, and they just let them loose.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I there's so many things that make me not so excited for the future, and the fact that we have 10 years of no regulation on AI. Trump made that a thing. 10 years of no regulation. And we have AI that's literally lying to us. I've turned off everything that's AI on my stuff.
Yeah.
My computers, my TV box, everything that has that stupid Gemini, whatever. I have turned it off. I like the TV box, I turned it into basically showroom mode,
Okay.
where it doesn't do ads, it doesn't allow it to do it's basically just like how you would have it at the store to show people how it works. So I have turned off all the AI stuff because what is this push to get me to use a chat model
Mm-hmm.
to basically it's like remember the humans in Wally?
Yes.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I still
You
have
don't
not
remember?
seen
Oh,
Wally.
you never seen? Okay, so in Wally, right, humans became so dependent on technology. So the Earth became overrun with trash, and humans had to go on an Ark type ship into space. And they were on this Ark type ship for like 700 years or some shit.
Basically waiting for the
Yeah,
Earth
basically
to
waiting for
heal.
the Earth to get cleaned by the Wally robots to where they could come back. And while they're on this ship, they become totally and wholly independent on technology to the point where their bone mass they're basically giant blobs. They're giant fat people who sit in hover chairs all day. So they don't even have the ability to stand. And everything is fed to them in like basically smoothie form. And they can't they can't do anything without technology.
Oh.
That's where that's everything feels like they're giving us the blueprint to what they want to do
Hmm.
ahead of time. Like it's just
Yeah.
all these movies that they've put out over the years just feel like, oh no, we're just taking our playbook from these movies. That makes sense.
Again, it's what I was saying earlier. It's about convenience culture. And it's intentional in making sure to dumb you down so that you don't think about, you know, the fact that, hey, this is actually not okay.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I mean, it's very intentional, trying to make sure that everyone's using these AI models, even though the ultra wealthy don't use this
No, they
level of
don't.
convenience.
No, they don't. No, they don't. And then on top of that, the people that are designing these things, the actual engineers and
Mm-hmm.
the technology experts, almost every single one of them
So they don't.
said they don't even have that sort of tech. They have flip phones. They don't even
Yeah.
have that sort of technology in their homes. I wonder why.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even trust it.
Yeah.
So, ugh.
I know. I know.
All right, I'm getting mad.
I know.
I mean, we've talked a lot about
I could feel it. I could feel the
there's a lot
energy.
to be angry about, rightfully so,
Hmm.
and people should be angrier.
They should be, but they're not. You, I don't even like. I said to myself that if bombs were to drop, maybe that would be the maybe that would be the thing that would mobilize people. And I knew thinking thinking to myself, I knew that wouldn't even be enough.
No.
Like,
Mm-mm.
that's not.
Nope.
Nobody's angry enough. Nobody's serious enough.
Mm-mm.
They're too comfortable.
And again, it's all intentional,
Yeah.
making them as comfortable as possible and entertaining them so that they don't want to. The only thing that's going to make anything happen is making things as inconvenient for them as possible.
Hmm.
With the closing of the Ormuz Strait, like that started making things inconvenient.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And that's what it's going to take. Because that's when you started seeing a lot of these people start to turn head on turn tail.
Turn tail.
Thank you.
Turn head.
You knew what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I know. Turn head. That was good.
It's what it's going to take. People have to come to terms with the fact that if you actually want things to be better in the future, there's a saying like it's always going to get worse. You got to deal with the fact that shit's going to be inconvenient. Y'all have been saying this forever now.
Yay, more
All
years
right.
of inconvenience because everybody's just now catching on.
Yeah,
Love that for us.
Mm-hmm.
I do indeed.
Meanwhile, the people who are gonna be okay are the ones who are investing their communities.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Well.
friends.
Romans,
It was
countrymen.
it's cool to think that we made it. This is our 20th episode. It is really cool to
And of course, on
Yeah.
episode 20, we have to have all these technical difficulties.
Technical
hey,
difficulty.
I think
Every single one needs to stay in.
it was like the first episode. So
This is true.
Oh yeah.
Heck.
yeah, it was like
Whoa.
the first episode. So
Full
it's
circle
just a
moment.
callback. It's just a callback. Wait until the 100th episode.
Oh, God.
That'll be hilarious.
The 100th
God.
episode is just going to fail. We're
Don't
not going to
even
realize
edit that
it
one.
until like halfway through.
Yeah, just don't
don't
even worry about editing.
don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
We got to watch that movie again.
Don't you put that on me, Ricky Bobby.
Oh, God.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so that was fun. All right, I have this little boy over here who's angry at me and wants to go to bed. So that's what we're gonna do.
I don't blame him.
Thank you so much for joining me, ladies. If there's anything that you wanted to say before we sign off, I will let you do so. Desiree,
I have nothing more to say. Yeah.
Sydney,
I mean, there really is nothing more to say. Get fucking angry for once.
yeah. I hope people are paying attention. All I can say, I really hope people are paying attention to what is happening right now, because well, history is always written by the victors, and the United States is going to say that it's the victor no matter what and rewrite history.
I mean, they did that with the Civil War, so
They
yeah,
did
we
that
know
with
they're going to
the
do
Civil
it.
War, they did it with Vietnam, they did it with
Mhm.
Korea. Please be paying attention to what is happening right now. This is today where we've witnessed the fall of the American empire. This is the I mean, it's been crumbling, but this was uh, we th- this country threatened another country with genocide if it didn't get its way, and then just backtracked on it like it was normal. Well, I don't even know what to tell you. As always, this is Ebony Warrior Studios with blinding speed, master quality, and untold savagery. Have a day, drink some water, and take your meds, because and enjoy yourself, because that's all you can do in this goofy day and age.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.